High above the rolling hills and valleys of North Wales, the beauty of this landscape is at odds with the crisis unfolding below. A sudden and catastrophic burst in a major water main at the Bryn Cowlyd Water Treatment Works has left over 40,000 homes and businesses without water for more than 24 hours. The loss of something so essential, something so often taken for granted, has brought daily life in this region to a grinding halt. Families in Conwy, Colwyn Bay, Llanrwst, and neighboring towns are waking up to empty taps and difficult choices. A mother of 3 says her children were unable to go to school today because she couldn't wash their uniforms or prepare packed lunches. "You don't realize how much you rely on water until it's gone," she says, standing in a long queue outside an emergency bottled water station. The kids don't understand why they can't even have a glass of water with breakfast. For others, the situation is even more dire. An elderly man living alone in Llanrwst says he hadn't heard about the burst until his tap stopped running yesterday afternoon. "At my age, I can't carry heavy bottles of water from the shop," he explains. Thankfully, a local volunteer group delivered bottles to his doorstep late last night. "I'm grateful, but it's scary to feel so cut off." The problem began at the Bryn Cowlyd Water Treatment Works, a facility that supplies clean water to nearly 100,000 people across the Conwy Valley and parts of the North Wales coast. A high-pressure pipe buried 2.5 meters beneath the Afon riverbed burst unexpectedly, cutting off the water supply to tens of thousands. The repair work has proven exceptionally challenging, with specialist teams constructing a cofferdam to divert the river and installing a trench box to safely access the damaged pipe. The impact of the burst has rippled through the community in ways both big and small. Supermarkets have become battlegrounds, as shelves of bottled water are emptied almost as quickly as they're restocked. At a local Asda in Colwyn Bay, tensions flared as shoppers jostled to grab the last remaining packs of water. "We've had to limit customers to 2 packs each, but some people are so desperate they're ignoring the rules." Meanwhile, Welsh Water has set up emergency bottled water stations at Park Arias and Zip World Conwy, but even there, the queues stretch for hours. Parents with strollers, elderly residents, and workers in high-vis jackets wait side by side, clutching empty containers and hoping for relief. Volunteers work tirelessly to distribute supplies, but the sheer number of people in need is overwhelming. For local businesses, the disruption is devastating. Cafes and restaurants have been forced to close, unable to operate without running water. Farmers in the area are struggling to care for livestock. Water isn't just for drinking, it's for survival. "We've had to bring in tankers to make sure the cows don't suffer, but it's costing a fortune." Despite the frustration and uncertainty, there are moments of resilience and community spirit. Volunteers are delivering water to elderly residents like David, while neighbors are sharing resources and checking in on one another. At one bottled water station, a young boy hands out biscuits to people in the queue, offering a small gesture of kindness during a difficult time. Welsh Water has promised compensation for the disruption, but for many, the money does little to ease the immediate hardship. "I'd rather have my water back than the money," says Sarah, who runs a small cafe in Conwy. "This has been a nightmare for my business. I've lost so much already." Engineers warn that it could take up to 48 hours to fully restore the supply. The network is vast, spanning 900 kilometers and including 13 underground reservoirs, one as large as 9 Olympic swimming pools. Refilling such a complex system requires careful management to prevent further damage. Residents have been told to expect temporary discoloration in their water once it returns, a reminder of how delicate the process is. The sight from above tells a powerful story. But the real story lies in the small, human moments. A child asking when they'll be able to brush their teeth again, a neighbor offering to pick up water for someone who can't make it to the station, and the quiet resilience of a community coming together in the face of adversity. This crisis is more than just a local problem. It's a stark reminder of how fragile modern life can be when infrastructure fails. Clean water, something so essential and yet so easy to take for granted, has become a precious resource overnight. Around the world, similar vulnerabilities exist. The people of North Wales wait, patiently, anxiously, hopefully, for their taps to flow again. A story that reminds us all of the true value of water and the strength of the human spirit.